So, have any of you ladies heard anything interesting in university news lately? Anything interesting? Or not really?
I about my university. I hear about that they moved to another place.
They moved to another place?
Yes.
Good, right? Bite the lip, Martina. Moved.
Moved. Yeah, they moved to moved.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it on WeChat, right? You want to bite the lip. Va. Move.
Moved.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Very good. Where did they move to?
They moved to a bigger place.
Ah, you mean like a bigger campus?
Bigger campus, yes.
Oh, good. All right. Very cool. Any other news? Anything interesting?
Some American universities, they still stay online teaching because of the pandemic.
Nice, Alex. Right. So yeah, because of the pandemic, universities are still having some complications with classes. Very good. Well, not good. So sad, but good job, Alex. So very good. So, Elaine, can you read this headline for me?
University of Chicago student rescued from frozen Lake Michigan had no idea he had on the ice, fire department official says.
Good, right? Very good, Elaine. So the University of Chicago. Do we know this school? Is this a good school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has anybody gone there? Has anybody visited this school? No. That's okay.
No.
Me neither. Right? So the University of Chicago student rescued from frozen Lake Michigan had no idea he was on the ice. Fire department official says. What do you think this article is about? If we're to take a guess, what do you think? Let's forecast some of this. Any idea?
The student fell into the lake.
And what happened?
And he was rescued by firefighters.
Okay, so you're just going to repeat the title exactly.
Yes.
Right. Very good, right? And you're probably right. We'll look into that. Does anybody know Lake Michigan? Does anybody know about Lake Michigan? It's kind of special.
You mean Michigan is special?
Oh, hi, Betty. So
hi.
Lake Michigan is kind of special. Does anybody know about Lake Michigan?
Maybe it just cross the America and Canada.
Very good, right? So and we'll look at a picture in a minute here. So, Betty, which one is Lake Michigan? Is it the one on the left or on the right?
You mean Lake Michigan?
Yeah. So here's the University of Chicago, and then we have two lakes on both sides. We have this one, and we have this one.
Oh.
Which one's Michigan? Do you know?
I don't know that.
That's okay, right?
Yeah.
Any guesses?
Maybe the right one.
The right one.
Yeah.
Kind of, right? Actually, it's neither of them. The Lake Michigan is over here.
Yeah.
Right? And as you said, Betty, it crosses over into Canada. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very, very large. This is Lake Michigan. Right?
Yeah. Actually, I have been there.
Oh, really?
In Michigan. Yeah. So that's why I know, because my friend
took me around the city, and he just point a place and said to me, that is Canada. Yeah, so I can look at Canada.
Wow, so you must have been like in northern Michigan.
Yeah.
Wow. Right.
Actually, he took me in the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor.
Oh,
Ann
okay,
Arbor.
very good.
Yeah.
Ann Arbor, yep, very good.
Yeah.
Another very good school.
Yeah.
So these lakes are special, right? Why are they special? Does anybody know? It's quite obvious. It's not as complex as you think, but why are they special?
Because it's huge or it's large?
Nice. Yeah. Right? Very good, Betty, right? So we actually call these the Great Lakes because they are so big. Right?
Okay.
They're the largest lakes in the United States. They are so big that the United States actually fought a war on battleships in these lakes. That's how big they are, right? They're like little oceans. So this lake, Lake Michigan, this is where the student fell in. He fell into the water. So we're going to learn about that right now. So let's take a look. We have lots of friends tonight. So very good. Elaine, can you help us out? And can you read this?
Okay. Chicago Fire Department crews responded to a 911 call just after 7 a.m. along the lake shore near Promontory Point.
Good.
A University of Chicago student was unaware he was on Lake Michigan, when he was rescued about a quarter mile from shore Friday morning near the Hyde Park neighborhood on the south side. Officers said.
Good. Officials.
Officials.
Very good, Elaine. Right? And you did a wonderful job here, right? So did we hear how Elaine pronounced this word? She pronounced it. Say it again, Elaine.
Which one?
The one with the green check mark.
Okay. 911.
Yes, very, very good. So in America, we say 911. Do not say to someone, "Help! Call 911." We won't know what you're talking about, right? So it's each individual digit, 911. Very good, Elaine. Elaine, have you studied in America before?
No.
No.
But I planned to study for a postgrad degree in America.
Ah, very good. University of Chicago.
No, I can be enrolled the University of Chicago.
That's okay, right? I'm sure you could. You're just being modest, right? Very good. Good morning, Sheen. Molly, how are you?
Great.
Very good.
That's a morning in Boston.
Yeah, so Molly is joining us from Boston this morning. And where are you studying, Molly?
You mean school?
Yeah, what university are you at?
Massachusetts College of Art and Design.
She's a very good artist.
Yeah. My major is design innovation. Our major focus on the user experience and interaction design.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not a classical art, much modern art. So,
yeah.
Have you ever called 911 in America?
No.
No.
But when I live in an apartment, I always think listen some emergency alert nearby our apartment. I think maybe 911 come here.
Oh my goodness. Well, please stay safe.
Yeah.
Right? So stay safe. Now, we have a form of measurement here, right? let's see here. The student was at The student was here, right? Promontory Point, right? And how far off the lake shore were they? Do you remember? How far off the shore was the student?
A quarter mile?
Good, Alex. And what does that mean? What is a
I
quarter
have
mile?
no idea.
Okay. Well, let's break it down. What is a
We
quarter?
don't use mile.
Exactly. What is a quarter, though? Anybody know?
1/4.
1, 2, 4.
Good, right?
Yeah.
1/4. Right. You're right, right? You're flexing as always. 1/4, showing your fractions. Right? So a quarter mile is about 400 meters, right? So a quarter mile is about 400 meters. I believe a mile is about 1,200 or 1,300 meters. So they're probably out, I don't know, maybe out there. So how do you feel about getting lost on the ice so far off the shore? Does anybody have an idea? Anybody have an opinion on that? Any ideas?
I think 400 miles is not so far.
400 meters, right? Meters, not miles.
Meters, sorry.
Mm.
Meters is not so far.
It's not so far.
He can come back himself, I think.
He could come back by himself.
Yes.
Why, okay, Martina, why didn't he come back?
Maybe he just lost in the lake, or he missed the way to come by.
So you think he's maybe just lost?
Did he fall into the water? The ice cracked?
Very good. So now we have two different opinions. Nice, ladies. So we have Martina, who thinks maybe he's just lost, and Alex is saying maybe he fell through the ice, right? Very, very good. So we're talking about the situation here. Any other opinions? Is there any other kind of situations this student could have been in? So we have falling through the ice and just lost. Any others?
The weather is too cold.
The weather's too cold. Okay. So if the weather's too cold, why is he on the ice? How did he get there? Why is he not in his house? What do you think?
Maybe he is a freshman, new student in the university, and he doesn't want to. He never seen snow. Maybe.
Very good, right? And again, I'm going to pick on Molly here. Molly, you just had a blizzard in Boston.
Yeah, sure.
Was that the first time you saw snow?
No, because my hometown is in Eastern China, it's Shandong province, so we always see the snow. But in Boston, the snow is too big, and it's too cold. When I was looking at window, and it's so amazing. I'm surprised to see this big snow.
How much snow did you get in Boston?
I have no idea about that. But when I go outside, I think maybe the snow is so high, almost to my leg.
Wow, very, very good. Right. So that's a great example, Molly. So for everyone else who's listening, when we don't know how much, we can use our body to describe. Right? Very, very good. And what we're talking about is a blizzard, right? A big snowstorm, right? Very, very good. So Now, this student was rescued by the fire services. Do you guys think that the emergency services in your country are quick to respond to situations? So if I called the fire department or ambulance or police, do you think they're quick?
When I was in China, in Shanghai, I lost my phone in a city center, and then I called the police. I think it's really quickly when they pick up my phone, and they quickly come here to help me to solve that situation.
Oh, wonderful! Right. Any other stories? Well, maybe it's a good thing you guys don't know, right? Maybe it means you have no experience with emergency services.
Yes, we never called 119 in China.
Very good. What if you call the fire department? Is it still 119?
Yes, still 119. But if you come across some emergency things, 119 will come here help you.
I thought you also had 110.
110 maybe help you with something about crime. But 119 will save you from some dangerous situation. For example, you get hurt, and you can't go out of the some place. They will save you.
Oh, very good. Right. So in America, 911, you can get anything, right? Ambulance, police, fire. And for those of you who are in America, if you call it by mistake and you hang up, the police will still come to your house, right? So if you dial it by accident, the police will still come to your house just to double check. So if you're ever in a very dangerous situation, you can dial 911 and hang up the phone if it was very, very dangerous. I've never seen that in 30 years. So you guys shouldn't have to experience that. But if you did, you could just hang up and they'll come. Right? Very good. Let's see here. Sally. Long time no see, Sally. How are you?
Hello, Barry. I'm good. It was snowing when I went back to home.
It's snowing in the UK as well.
Yes.
Can you tell everybody where you are? So Molly's in Boston. Where are you?
Scotland.
Scotland. Very, very good. And it's snowing there as well. Wonderful. So beautiful. Can you read this for us, Sally?
Yes, the man seemed surprised and anxious to see rescuers approach him. Longford said, when they got within distance to be able to speak with him, that's when there was a language barrier, but he understood enough of what they were saying, Longford said. And it was communicated that he had no idea he was on the ice. He thought he was on ground.
Very good. So what are you laughing at, Alex?
I just feel that he had no idea he was on the ice. That you should feel the difference between ice and the ground.
Very, very good. So Sally, you said it just snowed in Scotland. Can you feel a difference between ice and snow?
Yes, because my hometown is in the northeast part of China.
Everyone's from the northeast. Very, very good. So there's a difference. Now, my question to you, ladies and Zhengpeng, what kind of student was this? Was this an American student or an international student?
International student, I guess.
Must be international student.
So why do we think it's an international student?
There
Because
was a
having
language there.
Okay. Right. Great Elaine, great Betty, great Sally, right? So there's a language barrier. Right? So that must mean he's an international student. Or I think it was Betty who said he's very, very cold. Maybe he's so cold he's what? What do you do if you're really cold?
Freezing.
Freezing. Good, right? There's another word that we can say, shivering. Shivering, right? Where you're so cold you can't talk and your body is shaking, right? To shiver.
Yeah.
Right?
Shiver.
So we can assume this student is international, but maybe, as Betty said, he's just so cold he's shivering, which is causing a language barrier. Right? Very, very good. So how's the weather where everybody is? Let's see, Elaine, where are you from right now? Where are you staying? What city?
Now I'm in Hong Kong.
In Hong Kong. Is it so cold in Hong Kong that you're shivering?
No.
No.
It's no rain. It's no snowing in Hong Kong.
Is it warm in Hong Kong?
Yeah. Now it's I don't know 14 temperature.
Wow.
14.
It's quite warm for night. Where I am, it's only 7 degrees. And I occasionally shiver. Right? So, very good. So, have any of you ever experienced an embarrassing language miscommunication? Have you ever experienced an embarrassing language miscommunication?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I have lots of time to have embarrassed language miscommunication.
Do you mind? Can you share one with us?
Yeah. Well, I was because I arrived at the state for maybe 2 weeks, and I think sometimes I go to the store to help me set the Wi-Fi, and it's hard to talk to the sale to tell what I want to sell it. I think maybe it was just he doesn't know what I want to do, and it's so embarrassing. And I try to use the trust the language because I think because set a Wi-Fi is a hard situation for me. Yeah.
Wow. So did you get your Wi-Fi set up, or are you using 4G?
I use 4G because he told me my roommate always set up a Wi-Fi. So he told me my roommate will go to the store and cancel it, and then I can buy the new one. And finally, I understand what he means, but it's hard to talk in the first time.
Well, good thing you got set up, and we're glad to have you. Right?
Yeah.
Good. Anybody else? Any interesting miscommunication or language barriers? Sally, what do you think? Scotland. The English in Scotland is perfect, right?
Yeah, if you can understand the Scottish accent well. So for me, it's kind of sometimes I have to ask them to repeat again because of the accent. Sometimes I just didn't realize what they mean, but it's not because of the language, it's because of the accent. Like last week, a gentleman said he saw me on the bus stop. He said I came earlier, but the accent made me couldn't understand what did he mean. And then I asked him to repeat again, and then I realized he mentioned earlier. I just didn't realize the accent.
Yeah, accents can be very challenging. Yep. Go ahead. It sounds like somebody wants to say something. No? Okay. Go ahead, Martina.
I come across some embarrassing language communications. For example, I have been to the Dubai, and I come across some Indian people, the people come from India, and this side English to me, but I can't understand one word. I just knock my head and say, okay, bye bye.
So
they will say something to me, but I can't understand one word.
They wanted you to buy something.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I had the same experience, kind of similar experience when I went to Japan with my best friend. We went to a small, not a bar, just for some snacks. And oh, by the way, the owner was quite handsome. and he said he spoke English with me because my friend or I could speak Japanese, so we just communicated in English. And he said, where are you from? Oh, I'm from China. And then from there, I was just lost. I have no idea what he said. And so I just said, yeah, yeah, and smile, nod, and smile. And they are really talkative. I don't know if it's because they were hospitable or they were drunk.
Very interesting combination, right? Hospitality versus drunk, right? So hospitable means to be nice, right? And then obviously drunk,
friendly,
drinking alcohol, right? So very, very good. Cool. Any other stories about language barriers? No? I had one too when I went to Japan. So I don't know if anybody else went to Japan, but I was studying Japanese in college, and my host family asked me what I ate for lunch, and I changed the vowel, and instead of saying I ate a fish, I told them I ate a woman, and they all laughed at me. It was very embarrassing, and I didn't understand why, but very, very good, right? So how do you think you would react if you fell through the ice? So how do you think you would react if you fell through the ice?
I will try to stand up again.
Stand up again. Okay.
Smart.
Do you think that'll work? Is that a good idea?
It's worth to try.
It's worth a try.
What if the river is not deep?
So you're thinking maybe the Lake Michigan is shallow, right?
Yeah, but he had no idea he was on the ice, so he didn't know the depth of the river or the lake. So have a try.
Have a try? What do you mean? Like just jump through the ice, have a try, see how deep it is? Sounds dangerous, Alex. Right. Cool. Any other reactions? Stand up immediately. Anything else? Has anybody ever fallen through the ice?
Sure.
You did?
Because I have go skiing in my university. Because it's one because it's the classes that we have to pass.
Wow, you have to pass ice skating class?
Yes.
Wow.
Because we live in Dongbei, Dongbei province, Harbin. Because there is so much snow and ice in winter, so we need to learn how to ski.
Wow. To ski, right? To ski?
Skiing, yeah.
Or skate.
Skate, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Right. So skiing and skating are a little bit different. Skating is on ice. You put on shoes and you kind of like walk or run on ice.
Yes.
And then skiing, you have two sticks.
Sticks.
So.
Also, I can skiing.
Wow. Anybody else from Dongbei? Have you had to take this class too? You had to pass?
Yes. When I was in primary school, in winter, our PE class is skating.
Wow. That's so fascinating.
Yes. And there is a game for us, like in winter, because my hometown is quite cold and there will be some ice on the road. So the children will run and then try to run faster and then skate on the ice with our feet, like not skating shoes. It's just kind of a way we have fun.
We do that too in the U.S., right?
It's a necessary skill that the people in northeast of China, we can walk on the ski and run on the walk on the ice and run on the ice.
Very good. Is that the same, Elaine, for you in Hong Kong? Do you have to learn how to ice skate?
No, we don't have the chance to learn this skill. Actually, my hometown is the southeast of China, so I didn't see much snow.
Fair enough. Great answer, right? So, very, very good. And let's see here. Zhengpeng, can you help us with this one? If you're present. Maybe he's not present, right? So, Betty, how about you help us with this?
Read it.
Yes, please.
Okay. Long thought that it was hard to see where the ground ends and the lake begins after having a heavy snowfall.
Good.
Especially for people not familiar with the area.
Good.
We want people to stay off the ice because even a few feet off the shore ice is dangerous. Long thought that if you fall in the temperature, shore can take your strength and trap you and kill you. Oh my God.
Oh my God. How do you feel about this, Betty?
So, trip you and kill you. Yeah, that's too dangerous.
So it'll trap you. So Martina mentioned earlier she would just stand up, right?
Yeah.
And Officer Langford is saying that it will trap you, right?
Yeah.
It will not only trap you, but it'll shock you, right? So you'll start to shiver and your muscles won't work. And then you'll be trapped because you lost your strength. And then eventually, so sad. So it's very, very good that this student was found, right? So does your country have heavy snowfall or other precipitation? So like rain or sleet or hail? So does your country receive heavy snowfall or other precipitation? Rain, sleet, hail?
In Heilongjiang province, we always have heavy snowfall.
Really?
And sometimes in summer we will come across some heavy rain. Rain.
Heavy rain. Good.
Rain, yeah.
All right. Very good. All right. Does it ever flood, Martina? So you said you get
Flood?
heavy rain, flood.
No.
Do you know what flood is?
It's not common in Heilongjiang province.
Okay.
Because we don't have some mountains, high mountains.
Don't have high mountains. So it's not necessarily just because of high mountains, right? Flooding can be because the ground is very low. Right? So can anyone help me explain flood in English?
Martina, do you remember what happened last year in Henan province? Those
Yes,
cars.
Yes. It's that flood.
Yeah. That was a flood.
Yeah. I remember that. My hometown has come across several big floods.
Wow.
In when I was 6 years old.
6 years old. Wow, you have a good memory. A very good brain.
Thank you.
I don't remember anything from when I was 6. Very good. Right? Any other ideas? Heavy snowfall or precipitation in your country? Any ladies want to share? So.
Yeah. Hello. Every summer, it will be several typhoon in the southeast of province of China. So when I in mainland, I have to experience typhoon every year, which brought strong wind and heavy rain.
Strong winds and heavy, what is it?
Rain.
Rain, very good. Good pronunciation, Elaine. Be careful with that, right? Strong winds and heavy rain. Very good description. All right. So please be safe, right? Strong winds and typhoons can be quite dangerous. My wife showed me some videos, I think last year or the year before, in like Guangdong, Shenzhen, Hong Kong, Macau,
yeah.
where it was. And the trees were being ripped from the ground, flying away. Cool. Right? So be safe. Right? Very good. Great. Any other thoughts? How do we feel about the situation of getting trapped on the ice? Any ideas? Any last thoughts? No? Okay.
I think that for those students was trapped on the ice and rescued by fire department, that I think when we go to a new environment or a new place, we should do some research before we can walk around the like close to your apartment or your home. Little by little, don't try to hastily, like, oh my god, this is new, wow, this is so exciting, and then you get lost, or maybe you end up some place that is dangerous, mafia. I don't know.
Mafia, oh my goodness, where are you going, Alex?
I don't know. America.
It's not that bad.
No, I know. But maybe sometimes when you're so excited that you get lost, you just maybe a forest, and it doesn't have to be mafia or a river that you don't know. You should be careful when you move to a new place.
Good. Right. So maybe not, you could research, but it sounds more like you're saying to check your surroundings.
Yeah.
Or to observe. Right? So if we can observe our surroundings, that would be a better word, right? Observation. Right? We don't want to be hasty, or as you said, the adverb hastily. What does that mean? What's another way to say haste?
Stupid.
Stupid. No.
Quickly.
Good. Right? So if you do something hastily, you can do it quickly, right? So if you guys are taking IELTS or TOEFL or Gaokao or whatever, right? Do not do it quickly. Do not do it hastily. Take your time, right? We can switch out that word. Very good. Alex, you're always flexing your vocabulary. Right? Good. So let's see here. Does anybody want to read this for me? This is just the quick title. Anybody brave enough?
Yeah, I try.
Okay, great, Elaine. Thank you.
University part in-person classes, activities, and on-campus work cancelled.
Very good. So why do you think it's canceled?
Because
We have a few context clues. Why do you think it's canceled?
To keep, the weather is going bad. In order to ensure the university, the student be safe.
All right, very, very good. So you're exactly right. So University Park is home to which university? Does anyone know?
Penn State?
Did you read it, Alex, or do you know?
Because they have a campus in some park.
Very, very good. So this is Penn State, right? Not nearly as highly ranked as University of Chicago, but still, nevertheless, a popular university. So let's see here. Martina, can you help us read this?
Oh, okay. University Park. Forecasted ice and snow have caused Penn State to cancel on campus work, in-person classes, and other in-person activities at its University Park campus after 6 p.m. on Thursday, February 3rd.
Good.
On-campus work and other activities are scheduled to resume, weather permitting, at 5 p.m. Friday, February 4th. However, all in-person classes scheduled for Friday are cancelled.
Very, very good. It's a lot of information, right? So, do you find this tricky to understand? There's lots of numbers and dates.
All the activities will cancelled, and it will sure all the students don't go to the University Park.
Right. Molly, did you get one of these notifications from your school?
Sure. In the product, our school sent the email and tell us we need to close the school because the big snow. And I think the Friday, and school also sent me the email tell about some emergency, the bad weather, and they need to close the school and tell students, why to go outside.
Right. So this is actually a message you might receive if you study abroad, right? So it's a very important message. Very good. And there's lots of good words like forecasted, right? What does forecast mean? Any ideas? forecasted ice and snow have caused Penn State to cancel on-campus work, in-person classes, and other in-person activities at its University Park campus after 6 p.m. on Thursday, February 3rd. What does forecasted mean?
We have known it before it happened.
Right, good. So we can guess that because, well, I mean, obviously we don't know, but these dates are in the future. Right? Obviously not now, because today is February 6th, but we can see how the dates are moving progressively into the future, and therefore we could maybe guess that if you forecast something, it's in the future because of the context clues. So very, very good. And Molly gave us a great example of it actually happening to her. So let's see here. So we already talked a little bit about the snow, right? I'm curious, do any of you remember the first time you experienced snow, right? For example, I taught at the University of International Business and Economics in Beijing, and I had a few students from Shenzhen as well as Sichuan, and it snowed in Beijing, and they went completely crazy. They were so excited to see that much snow. It was very, very tiny, but they were so excited, and they said it was the first time they had ever seen snow. So I'm curious, do any of you remember your first time seeing snow? Maybe Elaine coming from the southeast. Obviously, Martina and Sally being from Dongbei. You probably don't remember, but does anybody remember their first?
Yes.
Anybody remember their first snowfall?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I remembered the first time I experienced snow is in Hangzhou, and what I react just like you described before. I went crazy and scared.
Screamed.
So did you scream or did you skate?
Yeah, I scared and I yelled
scream
loudly to my parents.
Right, so to scream, right? Right, you're so excited. Screamed. Wow, it must have been very beautiful in Hangzhou. They have a lot of ancient architecture, the red buildings and so forth. It must have been very beautiful.
Yeah. In the West Lake.
Very, very beautiful. Right? Screamed. Cool. So, lots of good experiences there. So, Alex, can you help us read this one?
Yes. Based on a course mode of delivery, the following actions apply during a change in normal campus operations. In-person classes scheduled from 6 p.m. Thursday through all day Friday are canceled. In-person classes scheduled to begin before 6 p.m. Thursday and end after 6 p.m. Thursday must dismiss at 6 p.m. Thursday. Instructors may offer content asynchronously, such as recording a lecture for students to watch at another time or asking students to complete a reading or other self-directed learning activity. Per current University Faculty Senate policy, these classes may not meet remote synchronously.
Good, synchronously. Wow.
Asynchronously.
What do you think about this passage, Alex?
It's really detailed about how they react or what the campus operations are. Yeah, policy.
Feels
in
very
such
boring.
Extreme.
right?
Sorry?
I said it feels very boring, right? Monotonous.
Yes.
Lots of legal jargon, 6 p.m. this time, Thursday that time, do this, do that, right? Asynchronously, synchronously, right? So asynchronous, right? When we add the prefix a in front of something, right? It means to do by yourself, right? To do by yourself. So asynchronous learning is learning that you can do alone in your apartment, right? You don't need to be with other people. You don't need to be connected. Now, we see another form of this, a, right? Meaning individual, with asexual, right? So if you guys remember biology, there are some animals and plants that are asexual, meaning they can reproduce with themselves, right? So they can do it by themselves. They don't need anyone else. They don't need help, right?
So like a chicken.
Well, they need a rooster to fertilize the egg. There's certain bacteria that do not need a male. They have two genders. They're both male and female, and they can end up having children without the assistance of anyone else, right? So just like that, A means the individual. This asynchronously means by yourself. You don't need a teacher. You don't need classmates. You just sit in your room, watch a video on YouTube or Youku or Bilibili, and you've got it, right? And they're saying that you cannot make this transition to a full synchronously or synchronous class, which is what we're having right now, right? So as a teacher, if I was to teach you asynchronously, I would give you materials and say, okay, guys, go home, study this, and then I'll see you on Monday, right? And we'll talk about it. That would be asynchronous learning versus what they're saying is based on their policy. I cannot say to you, okay, guys, let's meet on Zoom, right? So there's a little bit of a difference there. Not very technical, right? You don't need to really know it, but you should know kind of the difference of the scheduling, especially students like Molly, right? You ladies may see a very similar post, right? But very, very good job, Alex. Lots of hard words in there. So how do you feel about this policy? Even though it's snowing, even though there's a blizzard, even though campus is closed, you still have work. How do you feel about that policy? Any opinions?
I think it's based on the person's necessary.
Okay. So you don't think it's that bad?
Not bad, I think.
Wow, what a good student, Martina. Right? When I was a kid, we used to have something called a snow day. And it was so amazing because if it snowed heavily, we wouldn't have to go to school. And because I'm very old, internet was not popular. Therefore, we could not communicate with our teachers. And that means we had a free day to have fun in the snow. It was great, right? And as Elaine said, a lot of times we would scream with joy when we would see our school was canceled, right? But now, well, professors can email you and say, we don't have class today, so we're going to do asynchronous learning. Please read chapters 5 to 15. Right? So do you guys think it's common in your country that class structures change because of weather? So maybe Molly or Sally, you guys are studying overseas. And I know a few of you guys are studying in different provinces. Any kind of changes because of weather?
I think for me, when I was in China, I don't think we change for the weather. But when I come to the US, and when we have a heavy snow and blizzard, and the school will keep students keep students safe, and then they close the school. But in China, we don't have that.
Very, very good. So yeah, it is quite common in the US. We do that quite frequently, specifically for snow. If you're like Elaine and you live in the Southeast, so if you go to school at like Emory, for example, Emory University is in Georgia, you will not have a snow day. It doesn't snow in Emory. But what you will have is typhoon, right? So they may cancel school for typhoons.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So very, very good. Great job, ladies. So today we talked, we do have another policy on the employees. It's kind of boring. It's very similar to the other one. But just like the students, right? The employees, they have to work remotely. So if they're supposed to be on campus, the university, Pennsylvania State University says that you still have to work. What a pity, right? So again, I was going to ask you a few questions on that, but again, no need necessarily. So do you ladies or Jungpeng have any questions? So we talked a lot about weather today. Any questions, comments, concerns?
No question.
What is that, Jungpeng?
I'm fine. Okay.
Very, very good. So, any questions, comments, concerns before we wrap up?
I think this class is really useful for me because Boston always have snow.
I'm glad to hear that, Molly. Very, very good. So if there are no other questions, then thank you guys so much for coming tonight. It was a lot of fun chatting and getting to know you guys. Hearing most of you are from Dongbei, from the Northeast, and hearing some of your snow stories was wonderful. So thank you so much. We'll have another roundtable and talk about more university news next Sunday. And I hope you guys can join us again. Okay?
I have one question.
Sure.
If I have some emergency for 911, can I say 9/11?
No, we'll think of September 11th.
Oh, okay. So the way you pronounce those three digits differently, it means different way.
So like if you say 911, we will think emergency. If you say 9/11, right, we will think of September 11th, 2001, right? I think though, Alex, based on context, I think someone will understand. Like if you're bleeding on the floor and you say, "Hey, someone called 911," someone will do it, but they'll probably be like 9/11, like what a weirdo. Right. I think in context, right. So I think in context you'll be fine, but just know if it's an isolated incident, there is a difference for us. We'll think 9/11 is the Twin Towers in New York versus 911. We'll always think is police, fire, or ambulance. But great question. Very, very good. Any others? No? Okay, wonderful. Then I will see you guys on Sunday when we have our another class. If this class was difficult for you, you guys can come on Thursday. We have a slower class where we actually go over vocabulary much more methodically, and that could be beneficial for you guys.